Let's do it. Spinning my coffee around one more time. You hear that? That's the sound of me mixing my disgusting coffee together. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome into the show. The Democrat death cult is back at it again, exposing the clear differences between us and them. Then a transgender influencer goes viral begging for money for dental work, and she, he, it, they didn't get the response that she, he, it, they were hoping for. Plus, a Democratic socialist says she'd rather be homeless than have a 9-to-5 job. Out of touch, offensive, and stupid. All that and so much more coming up on Scrolling with Hayley. But first, I wanted to say thank you to our White House Press Secretary, Caroline Leavitt. She announced yesterday that she would not be staying in her role after this month, and she's going to focus on being with her family instead. She just gave birth a little while ago. She's got a demanding job. It is more than okay to put your family first. It's preferred. And while she will be sorely missed by all of us, she is absolutely making the right decision for her growing family. So cheers to her. She's done an incredible job running for office and then learning under Kayleigh McEnany and then fulfilling the role herself so well. It is a testament to her hard work and her patriotism, so God bless her on the next chapter. I'm not sure who will step into that role. I know people are throwing out Alina Habba and some other names, but I remember thinking, wow, who could ever replace Kayleigh McEnany? And then Caroline Leavitt did so beautifully and so gracefully, so I'm sure whoever President Trump chooses will be wonderful as well. I also want to remind you to subscribe to this show. You can watch live on Rumble and on YouTube right now. You can also listen or watch later on whatever platform you decide, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Spotify, and more. Wherever you get your shows, please give a 5-star review if you like it, and tell your friends and family, and also support our sponsors like Chef Man. Most frozen drink makers either cost a fortune or like a cheap seasonal gadget kind of thing. The Chef Man Slush Ease Max delivers a premium frozen drink experience without the premium price tag. Honestly, I was surprised by how this feels like a fancy machine, but this is much more attainable. It makes the commercial style slushies right on your countertop. It is the best part. You don't even need ice. It has a built-in freezing system, so you just pour whatever ingredients you want in and let it do the work. Plus, the large 90-ounce capacity means there's plenty to go around for family nights, parties, or backyard get-togethers. What I really like is that it's not a novelty appliance. It's something that you can use year-round and skip those expensive frozen drink shop runs. If you've been thinking about getting a frozen drink machine, I think you'll be impressed by the Chef Man Slush Ease Max. It delivers great frozen drinks, easy to use, and it won't cost a fortune. Plus, you will save 25% off with my code SCROLL. Visit chefman.com and use promo code SCROLL. Again, that is chefman.com, code SCROLL. Put those phones on Do Not Disturb. The show starts now. So we've got the unfortunate news that President Biden's prostate cancer has spread to his bones. According to Hunter Biden, he's in a lot of pain. He had skin cancer removed. He's undergone radiation for the prostate cancer, and he is battling this thing. And Hunter described the disease as very debilitating. And that breaks my heart to hear. He's a president I didn't vote for, but he's also a dad. He's a grandpa. He's a husband. And I try to remember those things before I react. Democrats, on the other hand, they are not like that. They are like this. Watch this video from TikTok and how they responded. So it just says, Joe Biden's seen for the first time since this diagnosis. And the Republican responses are this. I'm a Republican, but I'm still praying for his healing. As a young Republican, Biden doesn't deserve this. Wasn't a fan of him as president, but he's a human and a child of the Lord, and I pray and hope the best for him. Someone else said, Republican here, I wouldn't wish cancer on my worst enemy. Praying for the President Biden and his family and his recovery. On the other hand, this is how Democrats responded. Biden needs to outlive Trump. Everyone but Trump. Ugh. Why couldn't it be Trump? It should be Trump. Triple it and give it to Trump. That's how the left responds to this cancer diagnosis and this news of worsening cancer. They're hoping that this happens to someone else, that someone else being President Trump, who they hate so badly. And cancer sucks. It doesn't matter if you've lived a healthy life or not. It doesn't discriminate. And unfortunately, between, eating Class A carcinogens all the time and other environmental factors, the vaccine potentially, I don't know someone who hasn't been impacted by cancer in some way. And if you know someone personally with it or someone who has had it, you know not to joke about it or to wish it on someone else, because it's hell on earth to see the people that you love suffering. And I don't know if people are just saying this because they're online and they think they're shielded by some anonymous account, or if they don't think of politicians as human because they've been made into caricatures and memes. Certainly in the case of President Trump, he has had his character assassinated over and over and over again. Obviously, they've tried to actually assassinate him multiple times. And because the left is demonic, they keep cheering it on. They want President Trump to die so badly. They say they'd be overjoyed when it happens. They can't wait for it to happen. Chilling champagne, and they can't wait to party in the streets. And this is like how people would react if there was an actual dictator who died. But in their reality that they've made up, he is one. He's a dictator. He is Hitler. And therefore, they feel justified in calling for his death. But they wouldn't mourn his death the way they would someone that they actually know. Would they actually say these things about someone else that they know personally, a neighbor, a friend, a family member? They wouldn't feel badly for, President Trump's family, and that's the difference. They claim to be empathetic and loving people, but that stops with Trump and Trump's family and Trump's supporters. And they're certainly not empathetic to the unborn either. Here's a question that stumped him. Watch.
If a woman can abort a baby for any reason, could it be because the baby's black? Let's say a woman, is fraternizing with multiple men. She does a DNA test and she's like, ooh, it was Jamal's baby? In that case, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it. From a secular perspective, from your worldview perspective, you, not me, would that be wrong? And I just want you to know she's doing it specifically because she doesn't like the thought of a mixed race baby walking around, right? Would that be wrong? I just want to know if women can do it for whatever reason, is voluntary eugenics on a racial basis an acceptable justification to electively abort? Oh no, Stacey, you can't do that. That's evil. Well, on average, they have lower IQs and higher criminality, and we need less of those people anyway. What are you going to say? Those aren't reasons to abort? I thought you could kill babies for socioeconomic reasons, or because they'd be poor and problematic or something. And if black people do more crime because they're poor, and it's better for people born into poverty to be aborted rather than live an impoverished life, doesn't that mean that you think it'd be better if a good chunk of black people just didn't exist? A disproportionate amount. Your thoughts, not mine, your thoughts.
Your logic, not ours. Their logic, not ours. And here are some of the comments, the answers to this hypothetical question. I mean, should you be able to just kill whoever? And this is what some leftists in the comment section said. Yes, it's wrong in my opinion, but she should still have 100% right to do it. What? Someone else said, it's morally wrong, but should be legal. They're essentially saying, I don't agree with it, but if you want to kill black people, you should be able to do that. You should be able to legally do that. Prevent black people from being born. Someone else said, people should be legally able to abort for any reason, but I do not F with racism. So it's well, I don't F with racism, but I'll say this super racist thing and allow other people to be racist because it's not me personally. And this is why we cannot have a constructive conversation with the left, because they're pro-murder. They're pro-murder for whatever reason under the guise of women's health care. That's what they call it. It's women's rights and women's health care. We can't even agree on whether life matters. So what's the use in having a conversation with these people? And they claim to be so anti-racist, even though everything that they say is the opposite. They are so pro-reparations that even this Democrat was willing to hand over the cash to a black person who asked for it. Watch.
Are you a conservative?
I'm a radical leftist.
They're being filmed by white people right now and like used as an actor for whatever.
No, I'm just asking. Like I'm curious.
Okay.
Like I'm a person of color. My opinion is already above yours. So like you can't really question me or interrogate me. And by the way, like you are white and you did flip me off. So like that's also kind of like that's oppressive. To flip off a person of color. These people are filming me. They are white. Is there something wrong with being white?
No, but there's something wrong with them like holding you up as a black conservative.
They have people interviewed that are white, Jewish, Hispanic. Whoa! Do black people deserve reparations? That's my question.
Yes, absolutely.
Can you give me some reparations right now? All right.
It's so demeaning. It is so demeaning.
Who has cash? Good for her.
That's what you took from all of this? Agreed. I never have cash either. It's one of those things when I need it. I actually need it in 2 weeks because I've got the dress that I'm wearing to be my friend's maid of honor. I have to get it, hemmed and all that stuff. And she was like, yeah, that'll be cash. And I thought to myself, darn it. Now I've got to make another stop. I hate running errands to begin with. But I have to make another stop before I run this errand. I have another errand now because I have to go to an ATM somewhere and get cash. Ugh. The worst. Anyway, back to this video. The fact, and Matt Walsh did this too when he did the movie Am I Racist, which is incredible. He did the What is a Woman, and then he did Am I Racist? And when you confront the left with their own policies and you say, okay, if you believe that black people are lesser than, and they need all this extra help via DEI. Okay, so reparations are one of the policies that Democrats say would help the black community get ahead or at least make them equal or equitable to others in society. Okay, let's start with you. Okay, if you believe that black people should get reparations, she was very quick to say yes. Oh, yes, of course. And it's like, okay, well, put up or shut up then. Put your money where your mouth is. And she did. The fact that she had cash, again, incredible. The fact that she was so willing to hand over money to this person who disagreed with her politically, he should be able to do that. But she immediately bought into this narrative that he said, well, my opinion means more than yours. You should listen to me because this is the logic that these white liberal Karens use against black conservatives. It's, we should speak on your behalf. You need help. It's so demeaning and disgusting. It's they think they're so. What even do they think? They think they're so anti-racist that they actually become more racist. It's actually the craziest vicious cycle that they get into. Mental gymnastics, we'll call it. But the fact that she obliged so quickly and said, sure, here's money. I mean, that means that she believes everything that she said. He pressed her on it. Oh, you think I'm less than? Okay, then help me then. And she thought, okay, yes, you need my help. White savior complex. Absolutely insane to see it take place in real life. Sometimes you think this is just like internet BS and, these people can't actually think this way. And then they're confronted with it and they do. They do actually think this way. Sick. Which is probably why this transgender influencer of color thought that if he asked the internet for money, they would cough it up. So this guy, his name is Jules LeBron. This is the influencer in question. And this is what he went viral for a year or so ago. Watch this video.
See how I do my makeup for work? Very demure, very mindful. I don't come to work with a green cut crease. I don't look like a clown when I go to work. I don't do too much. I'm very mindful while I'm at work. See how I look very presentable? The way I came to the interview is the way I go to the job. A lot of you girls go to the interview looking like Marge Simpson and go to the job looking like Patty and Selma. Not demure. I'm very modest. I'm very mindful. You see my shirt? Only a little chichi out, not my chocho. Be mindful of why they hired you. Here's your reality check, diva. What's the name you'd like me to make it out to?
Okay.
Every corporate marketing social media manager is got PTSD from all the lip syncs they've had to make to this video.
Oh, I know. So this went massively viral. And when I say massively viral, I mean this has 58 million views. He has now amassed 2.5 million followers. And then, months later, he has the audacity to ask his followers for money to pay for his dental work. Watch.
My teeth are falling out of my head and I need your help. Listen, I'm very uncomfortable making this video because this is a video I thought I'd never have to make. About maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, I had a deal with a dentist and he was going to completely take out all my teeth and give me a brand new set of teeth because through addiction, my teeth are severely destroyed. And the deal ended up falling through. And for the past maybe 2 months, you guys know I've been on my own dental health journey. I've gotten, a few cavities filled. I had a root canal. And every time I go to the dentist, it's made clear to me, I'm fighting an uphill battle. Like, it's being made clear to me that no matter how much I do here, I'm gonna eventually have to take out all my teeth. And I've already spent $6,000 on this. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I know people come out here, everyone can make a GoFundMe for whatever reason they have. I've donated tens of thousands of dollars when I could to people's GoFundMes, but I just can't. I don't have it right now. I don't have anything, and I just need help. I know that if I continue to be consistent streaming, we'll be good. I'm already getting brain deals back again, but right now, the next month or two, I need to do something about this because I'm going through it.
Who feels bad? Raise your hand. Who feels bad? Not me. Not me. No one in the chat. No one in the chat. And you'd be correct if you don't feel bad for this person. You've got like-minded people in the comment section, his followers who are saying, yeah, we just don't feel bad for you at all. He basically said he used to make a bunch of money and I guess he's fallen on hard times. He's actually been in interviews saying he's made $45,000 for one video before.
This is social media person 101. Never talk about how much money you make per video, because if something like this happens, everybody just goes, hey, what happened to that 45K you were bragging about earlier? It's a bad look.
And he says that he's struggled with addiction. I feel bad for him. Obviously, this is someone who's mentally ill, but you don't get to flaunt how much money you have and then go ask for money in the form of a GoFundMe. So he set up a GoFundMe. And then everyone turned on him. And he even said too, well, I'd love to get a regular job, but I just can't. Which is so funny because the video that put him on the map that I played for you about the makeup that he was wearing is so demure and mindful. That video was about him going to a job. So it hasn't been too long that he's been an influencer that, it's not like he's forgotten how to go to work. And, he bragged about how classy and presentable he looked going to the job, which I disagree. So go do your hair, go do your mindful, demure makeup, and get back out there. If influencing isn't cutting it anymore, that's okay, but you got to move on. You got to do something. But not everything has to be a GoFundMe. GoFundMe has such a bad reputation now. It's just the grifters and losers, and it's people who have committed crimes, and it's the worst of the worst in society. It used to be, I have this medical diagnosis, I'm struggling, please help us. And it was a community funding type platform. Now it is just crowdfunding for the worst people in society. And certainly, this dental work, because this person was an addict, this does not warrant a GoFundMe. This is obviously someone who has 2.5 million followers. You can get brand deals to help pay for this. And he even said he had dentists that were lining up to give him a whole new set of teeth. And it's okay, so that brand deal fell through. Find another one, right? Someone I'm sure would love to be this person's dentist until now.
Yeah, it's a really tough situation, especially when your whole life is public and then something goes sideways. It's a tough pill to swallow, but everybody's watching you go sideways in real time.
Someone in the chat said, "Dear Hayley, if you continue showing blimps and wigs, I can no longer watch your podcast." Listen, we point and laugh. If you don't like pointing and laughing at dumb liberals, then this isn't the show for you.
Sometimes we show animals in wigs.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you for watching. If you can't deal with me making fun of people, it's not like I'm saying, like, look at these upstanding citizens. I mean, we're pointing and laughing. So join me. Point and laugh at these people. It's not that bad. How long was the video? 30 seconds? You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Anyway, here's the update. He got on TikTok and said he's been getting so much hate that the GoFundMe has been taken down. Everyone who has donated has been refunded. I don't know who donated to that. I don't know who felt bad, who had an extra dollar to spare for this, person. But the reality is there are young people like Jules who get on the internet, then they can't handle the heat. They cannot handle the heat. And he claims that being canceled, because now people are all coming for him, has sent him into I don't even know what, a spiral, a medical crisis. What happened? He's gotten a heart murmur or something. Watch this. Turns out being canceled isn't good for the heart, he says. Looks like he's being...
You guys got me.
You guys got me. Yep. Lesson to be learned. Lesson to be learned. You got to work for your own money and don't ask for handouts. Even the liberals, they don't like to give handouts. It's so funny. When they're asked, it's like, well, I'm poor, so why are you coming to me? And a lot of people now, they want to be an influencer because they don't want to work, which brings me to this next video. This girl, Democratic socialist, she says, I would rather be homeless than work a 9-to-5 job. Listen to this.
I would rather be homeless than work a 9-to-5. I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people.
Yes,
I know
yes, it does.
that in the traditional sense, both options fucking suck. But at least when you're homeless, you have a lot more free time underneath your belt. When you're tied to a 9-to-5, that takes up so much of your week, so much of your time, so much of your energy, and you're not even getting anything out of it anymore. It's not really enough to survive, to pay your bills. It's like, realistically speaking, you're at your 9-to-5, 8 hours a day, and you're doing that 5 times a week. And a lot of employers make you clock out to take an hour for lunch. So an 8-hour day is looking more so like a 9-hour day. And then your 2 days off aren't really your 2 days off, because you have to take that time to catch up on the shit that you weren't able to get done during your work week. It's not sustainable long term, and it's not a way to live. And I think if these employers continue to pay as little as they're paying, and if they continue to treat their workers like shit, you're going to continue to see more people resorting to van life. People are going to kick into the towel and say, fuck this, I'd rather be homeless. Because at least when you're homeless, you don't have all of that weight and all of that responsibility on your shoulders.
Someone in the chat said, why is she talking so weird? What accent is that? Someone in the chat, where is this woman from? 9-to-5.
I can't even make
My 9-to-5. I don't know.
I would rather... I can't even do it.
I can't
I'm
do it
laughing
either.
too hard in the booth.
I don't know either. Anyway, I don't understand why young people act like going to a 9-to-5 is like going to war. Like, they act like they're seeing combat, active combat, going into the office. It's like, it's not that bad.
Not all 9-to-5s are the same, for sure. Don't get me wrong.
You can hate your job, but I wouldn't say I'd rather be homeless.
Yeah, there's also quite a variety of 9-to-5s available. You know, you can adjust to what suits you, and pros and cons. Make a pros and cons list.
Agreed. And is being homeless a way that this woman really wants to live? Is being homeless better than working 8 hours a day? This woman claims she'd have more free time. To do what? What can you really do when you're homeless? What is she going to do with no money and no place to live, no roof over her head? She wants to live on the...
I would rather be homeless than work a 9-to-5.
A 9-to-5.
She sounds like the SNL skit, The Californians.
I don't know that one.
Oh, well, it sounds just like
okay,
that.
Well,
You can
I
take
guess
my
I've
word
heard
for
it.
it.
I've heard it then. Yeah, so what is she going to do with no money? I mean, she wants to live on the street in a tent. She wants to live in a tent city where she doesn't know where her next meal or shower is going to be. That's not a life to strive for, if you ask me. I have no sympathy. Working 8 hours a day is perfectly fine. I wish I could work 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day would be nice. That's nothing. That's easy. That's light work. She's complaining about a job that gives her a lunch break even. I've never had a lunch break in my life. Whenever I was working at Fox, Newsmax, we would eat at our desks. We would have like 10 minutes to go get food and come back.
I've heard the new trend is companies catering lunch. So
then you don't
leave. Which, okay, pros and cons. Free lunch.
I would love that.
Also have to work.
There's no such thing as a free lunch. Andrew?
Thank you for that. All right.
Anyway, this woman is soft. And I checked her bio. It says #Free Palestine. Nature is the vibe. Anti-capitalist. And then she has her Cash App right underneath it. So she's looking for donations because obviously she doesn't want to work. She's anti-capitalist, but she'll take other capitalists' money in the form of donations because she's lazy. Isn't that interesting? I always thought that was interesting. People in the comments said this, good plan. Why have a 9-to-5 job when you can work 24/7 at finding somewhere to sleep? Good luck to you. And someone else said, as long as I get free housing, I'm in. So the Democratic Socialists joined the chat, and they're thinking, homeless life sounds good to me as long as the government is giving me my housing. And then the creator, this fantastic lady, said, we shouldn't be charged for human rights. So they're really...
Name them.
They're slower. They're very slow. I feel a little sorry for these people that they're having to brave this dark and horrible and this world, and they're just too soft for it. They're too soft to face reality. It's quite sad.
People just, at their core, do not want to work. And I think that... And I
actually disagree with you.
No,
I would disagree
you're
as well.
correct. It makes us feel good to accomplish something. Even if I just wake up and I clean my house, there's an innate human sense of accomplishment that will make you feel better. But the dark side of humanity thinks, I do not want to work.
I think it's because leftists lack purpose. I think when you go to your job and you think, I'm working for this corporation, this soulless corporation, and we're not making a difference in the world, and I don't feel passionately about this, then they get into this like anti-capitalist mindset where they think that they're working for horrible people and they're making the world worse and they're ruining the environment and they're ruining the planet, and they get into this doomsday spiral where then they can't feel good about going to their job. Most people, if you don't hate your job, and I'm not saying you have to love every second of working. Like, working isn't fun all the time. Work is work. That's why it's called work. But people normally go to their job and they like, to your point, feeling accomplished and doing something.
Your fun is sponsored by your work.
You know what they say? Work hard, play hard. You got to work to live and live to work a little bit. You know how there's a balance. There's a balance. You don't have to love every day of your job. You don't have to love all the people that you work with. You don't have to love your boss. You don't have to love your, it's just, I've had jobs before where I'm like, I should look for something new. Like, I'm not loving this right now. And then I went and I did it. And it works out. It works out.
It's not always a great fit. It happens. Like, I feel sympathy for people who are genuinely miserable at their job. But then you have to pull your pants up by the bootstraps and go get a new job, and you can do it. You gotta put your pants on.
Put your pants on and go to work like an adult. Exactly. No, I agree with you. Again, these people, it's just like they're living in this doomsday spiral, and they don't want to go to work. They don't want to adult. They don't want to do anything hard. They just want everything taken care of for them. They're like, they're infantilized, honestly. It's like this, I need mommy to come take care of me, and now that I'm an adult, I need the government to come take care of me.
Yes, comrade.
Yes, exactly.
Give everything.
Exactly. All right, I want your opinion on this next video because I think you guys might be surprised at my take, but this is a LGBTQ plus community member, neighbor, who gets an anonymous letter from another neighbor. Listen to this situation.
I am not sure what to do in this situation. I am feeling very upset, frazzled, disoriented. Yesterday, my wife and I got home from traveling overseas, visiting her family. And when I say home, I mean we just purchased a new home. We got the keys July 1st. We have yet to sleep in this home. The first 2 weeks that we've owned the home, we were painting and putting together furniture. And then we went on a 2-week trip. Yesterday was supposed to be the first day that we slept in this home, but we just couldn't after we got this letter in the mail. We got home from the airport and I immediately checked to see how much mail had piled up, and I saw this letter addressed to new neighbors. Naive little me, I legitimately thought someone was welcoming us to the neighborhood, and I couldn't have been more wrong. This was the entirety of what was in the envelope. It was just a letter that said, not welcome, family, town. And I immediately knew that this was in reference to the pride flag that we have out on our front lawn. For reference, this is the flag. It is not even like hanging off the house. It is not large. It is a small pride flag. Not that any of that should matter. Every single house that my wife and I visited during this house purchasing process, we would drive through the neighborhood to see what kind of flags people had out and to suss out any red flag neighbors. Maybe this is not the kind of neighborhood we want to be in. The reason we purchased this house is because literally 4 doors down, another family has this flag out. And there were not other flags in the neighborhood that made us nervous. But someone else in the neighborhood had this flag out, and that made us feel safe. And I wanted to do that same thing to make others feel safe. I know how important representation is, and I am not going to shy away from who I am. But the fact of the matter is, someone passed by our house in the neighborhood, saw our flag, went to their home, got out a pen and paper, then put this, stamped it, and put it in the mail just to express their dislike for us. And we haven't even lived there yet. Now I don't know what to do. My siblings are telling me to go file a police report just so it's on file, so that if anything escalates in the future, if we get any other messages, at least there's a paper trail. I don't know what to do. What is freaking me out is that this letter was either written by a child or a very, very old person, just based off of the handwriting alone.
A child? What child? Not well. A 6-year-old. I saw your pride flag and I don't like it. And wrote this letter. Like, give me a freaking break. Okay, anyway. I think it's ridiculous to put a pride flag in front of your house.
Yeah, I call BS. She says she hasn't even lived there yet. There's a pride flag. I think she's the nuts one.
That's a great point. I hadn't considered that before pulling this video. They hadn't lived in the house, but she made sure to put...
She said it a couple of times. We haven't even lived there yet. Yet she's got a pride flag?
That's what's so... It's like you're moving into a new house. Your priority is putting a gay flag. Like, how gay is that?
It's like she walks up to sign the mortgage contract and
let me put my trans flag out.
Like the moon.
So stupid, honestly, to think. I mean, who knows? Maybe this is all fake for social media, whatever. But my take on this, and maybe you'd be surprised, because I think that this woman is ridiculous, but sending the letter also does nothing, especially anonymously. It's very passive aggressive, and if anything, it makes your neighbors feel on edge, but they just bought the house. They're not going to move. So what's the neighbor's strategy to make them feel so uncomfortable over time? Like, is this going to be a series of letters that are sent and other intimidation tactics that are going to force them out of the neighborhood eventually? And genuinely, unless these lesbians are making a ton of noise or leaving trash out or doing something to disrupt the peace, then I would say keep it to yourself. Like, you don't even know how they're going to be as neighbors yet. Give them a chance to prove you right or wrong. Maybe they move in and they're throwing sex parties in their front lawn. Then you could say, okay, I have a problem with this. This is a family neighborhood. Keep this to yourself, right? But until then, I would say hold your horses. I think if the neighbor has an issue with them having a pride flag, you can have that issue. You can dislike someone's flag. You can dislike someone's Cowboys flag. You can dislike someone's shrubs.
I think
out
the
front.
letter would have been more effective if it said take the flag down instead of just I don't like you.
A call to action, right? You're not welcome in this neighborhood. Again, they also have no right to say take your flag down. It's their house. They just bought the house. They can put whatever they want on it. And you don't have to like it, but they have every right to put it out there. The same way that, like, what if on the other hand, neighbor who sent the letter has an American flag out front, gay couple moves in and says, not welcome, gay neighborhood, we don't like that, your flag is triggering us.
I would, if you haven't done enough research to find out you're moving into a gay neighborhood, that's on you.
But I'm saying, I'm flipping the situation on its head. They would have no right to say, take your American flag down, it's triggering me. Like, I don't give a shit.
Well,
what you think.
That's not equally as ridiculous.
I'm trying to come up with something, like a Trump flag.
I think you trying to is proof that
it's
she's
ridiculous.
In the wrong. Yes.
I agree with you. I'm just saying they're both kind of ridiculous in a way, because unless you're going to have a face-to-face conversation with someone, it's not really worth it. And also, she hasn't really given them a reason to even have a face-to-face conversation. Like, this person has decided that they hate this new neighbor based on a flag, which I think you can assume that they're annoying. Like, if I lived in this neighborhood, I would drive by and notice the flag and think, oh, they're gay, and move on with my day, which I think is kind of weird if you think about it. Because again, the queer community makes their sexuality their whole personality. I thought the original plan was to fit in and have equal rights. And now it's like, I need to let everyone know that I'm gay, even if you don't care. And even if you didn't ask, the same way that vegans and CrossFitters do that. They have to let everybody know about this thing about them. It's ridiculous. It becomes this annoying trait about you, and it didn't have to be that way. Because actually, nobody probably cares until they made it a thing with the flag.
Well, the flag was flying above the upside-down pineapple statue, so, you know.
It was?
No, I'm joking.
Oh,
do you know upside-down pineapple?
Yes,
yeah, okay.
But I was like, oh, I didn't notice that. I'm like, oh. Anyway, if she didn't have the flag, it wouldn't have brought attention to the fact that they were gay. So it's like, if you're worried about being treated differently because you're gay, why would you put that out front? You know? Like, if you think that you're going to be treated poorly or targeted because, you know, you're part of this queer community or what have you, like, why wouldn't you try to fly under the radar?
What is this handwriting?
Well, this is what she said. She said it's a 6-year-old. It's either a 6-year-old or like a 75-year-old.
Or a 75-year-old commissioning a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
You think it's I just think it's old dude handwriting.
Yeah, probably.
If I had to guess.
I don't know. I vacation up in Maine, and it's pride flag, Trump flag, pride flag, Trump flag.
It's like the wars, you know?
Yeah, I don't see a
War of the
reality where
flags.
somebody's like, well, we're not welcome here in a seems like a pretty wealthy neighborhood, I would assume, judging off of their shrubs.
I am such a mind your own business kind of person. I avoid confrontation at all costs. So for me, I feel like I would never personally send this letter. But I also wouldn't put a Trump flag in my yard either, despite how I feel about President Trump and what I do for a living. It's not my entire personality either.
I had this thought that someone in the chat said that it looks like a right-handed person wrote with their left hand.
Yeah.
And what if it was a right-handed person writing with their left hand to disguise
Yes.
their handwriting?
Yeah, to throw off the forensic, whatever. I forget what it's called when you do the handwriting, test the handwriting. But do you think she said I would maybe go to a police, file a police report.
The letter should have been in newspaper clipping letters. No gays.
I feel like the best neighbor.
So stupid.
The best neighbor is just a quiet neighbor. You can do whatever you want. I don't love the pride flag, but what can you do?
I agree with you. I don't love this. I think it's really gay to put the gay pride flag out. I think it's kind of gay to have any flag. American flag only. Obviously. Come on.
Had me worried there.
Really?
I had a moment.
I mean, like, any identifier flag that I don't know. I just think it's lame.
Is my Gadsden flag license plate gay?
No.
Okay, cool.
I mean, that's like an option that you can get when you get your license. So it's not, no, I don't think that's gay.
All right, that rocks.
The Gadsden flag is not gay. I love this country. I'm a patriot. So yes, I don't find that gay. But anyway, I just thought that was like a fun little debate. I would leave them alone, but that's just me. Again, I don't like to start war with my neighbors. I like to be on good terms with the neighbors. What if you need sugar? What if you need an egg?
I'm never getting any food ingredients from a house with a pride flag out front.
Good call. no matter how you feel about that last one, the neighbors, there is no worse neighbor than a data center, an AI data center. Listen to this. No data centers.
Having a house in your backyard is a data center with that sound 24 hours a day. The value that these houses will lose is going to be insane.
That would piss me off. It would take me 5 seconds to get pissed off by that and really bothered by it. Do you get used to that kind of a sound over and over?
Do you write a note? Not welcome. Use your left hand so the data center doesn't know it's you.
Family town. Get out. We like to sleep in this town. Okay. But seriously, someone commented, how does this not violate sound pollution laws? How do these people sleep? I feel like it's not on that level, on the sound pollution level, but it is that droning sound that goes on and on and on that I think would have some kind of psychological impact on your brain after a while, and on at least on your psyche.
That's a homeowner's I mean, it could be anything, though. It doesn't have to be. You buy a great plot of land, and the land next to you gets sold, and it becomes a Publix, and now you live next door to Publix. It could be anything. It's such a nightmare.
But if a Publix gets put up next to your house, that's kind of sick. You can walk and get your food. Like, that's nice. And they're not making a ton of noise. It's not like living next to a Publix is going to keep you up at night.
Yeah, but the big black smoke producing pickup trucks are.
But to your point, your home value could go down because of a ton of reasons, not just AI data centers. But imagine you just bought a new home in that neighborhood and then they plopped that data center in there. You cannot sell that house.
That's what I'm saying. It ruins your property value.
You will not be able to sell that house because no one wants to live near one. And I feel for the people who live near them now and had no say in the matter. You could let me know in the chat if you live near one and if you had no say in the matter and what you think about it. But I would not want to live next to this at all.
Your only hope is the data center needs a parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to buy it off you.
Absolutely. And that'll probably happen not anytime soon. You'd have to stick it out for years and years and years, and then the data center's growing, and then they need more employees or whatever. But just absolutely crazy. I feel for these people. I have one fun video, or one very cute video, and then we can get into, should we do, maybe we save the blind reactions. I have so many questions to get to.
Up to you.
We're producing the show on the fly here. This is what we do on Scrolling with Hayley. All right, this last video, this is Bambi and Thumper in real life. I thought this was so cute.
They're friends.
There's a little bunny. Look at him. Look, they're kissing. Little cotton-tailed bunny, and he's jumping on the back of the deer. Get up there. He totally wants to sit on his head. Go. Go, Thumper.
The bunny is right. Just like a cop.
I mean, quite literally, they make children's movies about this stuff. It's so cute. Someone in the chat said until someone shoots them. Oh my gosh. A way to ruin the mood. I thought that was so cute on a Thursday afternoon, a cute little video before we get into this. All right, let's do some questions. So someone asked me, I actually haven't done this in a while, I don't think, but every once in a while I put on my Instagram story, ask me anything. And you guys prove to me all the time, nothing is off limits. The things that I get, totally insane. But I save the good ones for the show. And someone asked me what my favorite yard game is. And I haven't played a yard game in a really long time, but I love a yard game. I love a good yard game. I think last summer I played croquet. I like a good croquet moment.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
from the booth.
I like can jam. I like can jam and cornhole.
Fire.
Wow,
Those
Can
are great.
Jam. Haven't thought about Can Jam in years, but what a banger.
Oh, Spike Ball's fun.
Spike Ball's banger.
I feel like I associate Spike Ball with the beach, though. I don't think I've ever seen Spike Ball being played in the yard.
Oh, they used to play.
It ruins your grass. That's why.
It's what?
It'll ruin your grass because
Oh.
you're just trampling and trampling and trampling.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
You see spike ballers all up and down the mall on campus.
Oh, yeah. That's fun. Yeah, people used to play in college a lot.
You
Yeah.
remember? You don't. The Spike Ball had like a college league. It was real big
Oh,
in
did it?
2016. Yeah.
I remember it being much bigger. I haven't seen it in a long time.
It was on ESPN for a second. It was
What?
it was college club sports. Yeah, they pushed hard.
That's weird.
Little Andrew lore. We used to.
Uh-oh.
We would pedal Spike Ball like when they were trying to get their name out. My friends were really good at it. So they would send us these kits and we would go do guerrilla marketing downtown, like play and then try to sell the Spike Ball, and then we would get to keep some of the money in high
That's
school.
cool.
Yeah, we were
It's a good
OG
little
Spike Ballers. I was terrible,
That's
clearly.
a fun side gig.
It was great as a high schooler.
Totally fun.
It was really bad, though. I can't emphasize that enough.
Someone asked what Can Jam is, and it's sort of like, what do you use, a Frisbee, sort of?
Yeah.
And there's two, that kind of looks like a garbage can, but it's not. It's made out of plastic.
They're like oil can
Thin
looking.
plastic. Thin plastic to the point where, you know, you can knock it over, but there's a little like slot in it, and you try to get the Frisbee in it.
But your teammate can also smack the Frisbee in the top.
Mm-hmm.
You ever play bocce?
What is bocce? Remind me.
You throw the little ball, and then you try and throw the bigger balls, and whoever's close to the little ball with the big balls wins.
I don't think I have played that.
They're like really heavy.
Maybe?
Feels like it's a beach game, kind of.
Is it? Bocce. I mean, I've heard of it before, obviously, but I don't think I've ever played it. Someone said horseshoes. It's a good one to play on the beach, too. Cornhole's fun. You've got Ultimate Frisbee over there.
No, Ultimate Frisbee is the one where you run around. That's disc golf.
Disc golf, yeah.
Frisbee golf.
Someone asked me on X yesterday, because I posted that picture of you sitting there.
Oh, yeah, the net was behind
And
you.
they said, what is that for? Like, what is the Frisbee golf thing for?
Fun.
What do you think it's there for? Frisbee golf. What else would it be there for? Dirt. Anyway, so that's my final answer would be cornhole. Cornhole's fun. It's a classic. Someone asked me, would you rather go to the zoo or the aquarium? I think zoo is a lot more fun than aquarium, but I do love going to the aquarium as well. I remember there was an aquarium on Long Island, and I remember when I was little, like holding the starfish and loving every second of it. I did love that. I will say at the zoo, multiple zoos have like a butterfly room, and butterflies kind of freak me out. I never liked that. I don't like bugs, but I do like seeing the animals. I went to the Cincinnati Zoo where Harambe, rest in peace, was killed. And I saw all the gorillas, and they have a bald eagle.
Glad you didn't fall in.
I did not fall in.
Set off another multiverse catastrophic event.
Seriously. I thought you meant the bald eagle thing.
Nah, they would come to you like you'd be a bird tamer.
Yeah. They would know. Like, real recognizes real. They're like, she's a real one. She's a patriot. Someone asked me my favorite airline: American, United, Delta, or Southwest. Gotta go Delta. I am actually flying American this weekend, and I am just awaiting troubles. I know that troubles are waiting for me.
You're gonna end up in another state, 5 sure, unable to get off the plane, sitting on the tarmac in Nebraska.
And I'm not an airline snob. Delta is my preferred airline. However, I will always go for the cheapest flight, the nonstop flight, and based on timing. What flight is going to get me to my destination when I need to be there? So I'm not really super picky about it. I'll fly all the budget airlines. I don't care. I used to fly Spirit all the time. I don't care. Especially if it's a short flight. I bring my own entertainment anyway. I don't need a drink. I'm easy. So I don't really care too much, but to answer your question, Delta, I guess, if I had to choose, and anything but American. But I chose American because it was the right time for me and blah, blah, blah. So everyone say some prayers for me because I'm flying American, and Every time I've flown American, it's always something. Oh, we forgot to assign flight attendants to this flight. It's like, oh, okay, well, you should think about that next time. Just ridiculous things. Anyway, someone asked me, you only get one for the rest of your life: beach, pool, lake, or natural spring. Don't think I've ever swam in a natural spring before. I'm going to be totally honest. Can't think of one. Lakes are fine. I'm between pool and beach now. I love the beach. I think if I could never go to the beach ever again, I would be very sad. So I think I have to go beach. But as we've talked about on the show, I am the sandiest person on planet Earth. I don't know. Like, my sand etiquette is not good. So it is annoying to get covered in sand and stuff. I tend to go to the pool more often. I like to work outside and sit by the pool. So I go to the pool more often, but I think if I couldn't go to the beach for the rest of my life, I would be a sad girl. So I'll go beach. Someone asked me my squat PR. I have not really lifted heavy in a very long time. When I lived in New York, I would take weightlifting classes, and I think I would squat like 155, nothing crazy, but I know my goal was 200. I never got to 200. But I haven't tried to lift heavy really since then. And I'm in better shape now than I was then. So whatever I'm doing now is better, I guess. But
sorry, Hayley couldn't make her show today. She died PRing in a Crunch Fitness.
I just don't think at this age it's really worth it for me. I'm already hurt with my ankle. I sprained my ankle. I can't be doing it. I can't be doing anything crazy.
I might get cooked in the chat, but yeah, don't try to PR at our age. It's over.
It's just not. It's over. And it's not necessary. I'm not saying it's not good for you. I think everyone should weight train. It's so good for your bones and your whole body. I definitely do weight train, and I try to go up in weight, but I'm not trying to max out really anymore. So there's that. My favorite TV show of all time. This is a good question because I don't really watch TV much at all anymore. But one show that I really loved, I always can tell when I like a show when I'm like watching, and I can't stop binging. And this came out a long time ago, but Bates Motel I thought was really good. So random, but I really enjoyed that show. I also really liked Stranger Things, Tell Me Lies, When We Were Liars, and this is reality television, but any like HGTV home improvement show, love it. I can get sucked in for hours. But then again,
a ludicrous list.
I haven't watched TV in a very, very long time.
Yeah, I mean, all the good stuff was on 15 plus years ago anyway. But
like what? You're going to say Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones.
I wasn't going to say Game of Thrones. Sopranos, Breaking Bad. Even, I mean, like Suits really recently was good. Landman, Yellowstone.
I tried watching Landman. The girls are slutty and annoying. I couldn't get into it.
That's fair. But Billy Bob Thornton does a killer job.
He was good in it. But I just like the other characters in it. I was just like annoyed by everyone. All the women in the show. I was like, ugh. I really can't get behind that, honestly. And I haven't really watched any other shows. The most recent show I watched was Tell Me Lies. That came out probably like 6 months to a year ago. I don't even know.
I just started New Girl.
New Girl is a great show.
I'm loving it.
It's so cute and whimsical and just feel good and funny. I did watch New Girl a long, long time ago. That's a great show. I also loved Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec is on that level of just like good, funny content. Love it. Yeah. All right. Moving on. I got ripped for my favorite shows. Sorry. Someone said, thoughts on guys who seek therapy. Is it weak and not masculine? No, I think it's not weak to get help when you need help. So no, I do not think that it is weak at all. I think it's prudent to get help if you need help. Someone else said, how do I find love outside of dating apps? Because dating apps suck. Let me know when you find out. How's that? Greatest game of golf you've ever played? I shot a 79. That was my best round ever. And I haven't played in a very long time because I just haven't had the time. But I got to get back out there. But that was when I was playing once a week. Last summer, I tried to play once a week, and I was getting pretty good. But haven't played since like May. When did we go to the hitting bays together? That had to have been...
like 2 months ago.
No, more than that, I think.
I don't think so. It was pretty hot.
You think we went in June? I think it was May.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies.
We should go again. It's half off.
Yeah, you're right. It is half off. Okay, we'll have to go. But yeah, I haven't played since then, so it's got to be brutal. If I tried playing, it would be bad. Someone asked me my favorite pasta dish. Got to be penne alla vodka or orecchiette with broccoli rabe and sausage. I love that.
Didn't you order that in DC?
What?
Orecchiette?
Mhm.
Wasn't that the dish you ordered
Mhm.
with Andy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I like that one. That was really good.
And then he got the
How do you remember what we ordered?
Andy got the cacio e pepe that they made at the table, and he was dead surprised that Italian food had white sauce. He I thought all Italian food had red sauce on it.
How do you remember this? You remember what we all ordered out to dinner in October?
Yeah, I had the carbonara, Andy had the cacio e pepe, and you had the orecchiette.
Yes, I did. I forgot about that.
Mamma mia.
Dang, good memory over there. Burgers or hot dogs, someone asked. And this is a tough question for me because I really love both. I feel like I eat burgers more than I eat hot dogs because I feel like the opportunity for burgers comes up more often. I think hot dogs is like a ballpark kind of a food. It's a barbecue kind of a food. Burgers are on the menu at a restaurant more often than a hot dog would be.
I feel that's allowed. Yeah, that's a good.
What do you mean that's allowed? I just spoke a truth. I just dropped a truth bomb.
Agreed.
Burgers are more available than hot dogs.
For sure. I feel like you can zhuzh up a hot dog better than you can a burger.
Ooh, I don't know about that. Think about burgers
take.
with avocado, egg, bacon.
Yeah, for
Texas
sure.
onions
But
and barbecue
I
sauce.
think I prefer a
beefed up hot dog.
a fancy hot dog to a fancy burger.
Yeah, there's a place in Nashville called Daddy's Dogs, and they have good souped up hot dogs.
That is on my top 3 from the hot dog world tour.
Yeah, they do a good hot dog.
I dream about that hot dog.
I miss those. I miss those. Yeah, this is a tough question for me. Honestly, I don't know the answer. I think I would say burger because if I'm thinking practically, a hot dog doesn't really satisfy me. Like I need more than one, I think. But a burger I can eat for dinner and be like, that was good. But I don't know. Does that really make sense? Here's a question for all of you. Are hot dogs and burgers sandwiches? What did you say?
Screw this question.
You want me to answer first?
Yeah, what's your logic? Because there's 2 pieces of bread and something between it, so it makes it a sandwich?
I think that's the definition of a sandwich.
Well, what's a
But
quesadilla?
it's not bread. I think it's not a piece of bread.
A wheat tortilla.
Yeah, but tortillas are different than...
It's all wheat based. If
Would
we're gonna
you
get technical.
call a taco a sandwich?
I think that's part
No,
of
none of them are sandwiches.
I think they're in a league of their own.
Yes.
That's my thing. You would never see a burger or a hot dog in the sandwich section
That's a
of...
lie, actually. I totally have seen a burger in the sandwiches section.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What's the difference between
Not
a
a
Philly
hot dog,
cheesesteak
though.
and a
The
cheeseburger
restaurant.
then?
Say that again?
Well, like, what's the difference between a Philly cheesesteak sandwich and a cheeseburger?
A patty?
Both.
Yeah, but based
Both
on the
red meat.
definition, I think it's... So a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, I think, is a sandwich because of the kind of bread.
Yeah, it's on a hoagie.
But then again, it doesn't really make sense because I think when people say hot dogs aren't sandwiches, it's because the bread is attached, you know? So it's actually, a hot dog is more closely related to the taco family, I think, than anything else because it's like the contents are just sort of wrapped like that.
Well, genealogy of sandwiches incoming next week. Stay tuned.
We'll get into it. Yeah, this is a stupid conversation, but I was just thinking about it. Yeah, I think they're in a league of their own. Hot dogs are certainly in a league of their own. To your point, yes, I guess you could see a burger on a sandwich part of the menu, but I think they're separate. The same way I wouldn't call a wrap a sandwich. To your point about the tortilla, I would not consider a wrap a sandwich. A wrap is a wrap. A hot dog is a hot dog. A burger is a burger. That's my take. I haven't even seen what people are saying in the chat. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Say yes. All right. Thank you for scrolling along with me. You can follow me on social media at Hayley Carania, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Bye.